Wayne Brady, I'd forgotten this until this headline trended over the weekend. Wayne Brady, the guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway, and just a popular comedian and musician too, he came out as pansexual a few years ago. Wayne Brady had been married. I always thought he was married to two women or something like that. You know, he had, even though, frankly, we've had all sorts of conversations about divorce and marriage, and I actually don't think it's possible to be married to multiple people, but that's a conversation for another time. I had a long debate with Pearl Davis about this, which is available on my YouTube channel. In any case, the guy always seemed relatively straight by showbiz standards, and then he came out and he said, no, not only am I not straight, I'm not even gay, I'm not even bisexual, I'm pansexual, and no one knows what that is, so Wayne Brady just explained it in an exclusive to People magazine.
What do you feel like has been the biggest misconception about what it means to identify as pansexual? And a lot of people, that's a foreign term to them, even amongst, queer people. So for you, what has been like the biggest misconception as you've encountered people since you've come out?
I had to do research and find out what it was that I was. Yeah, I think the biggest misconception, and I even make a joke about it on stage tonight, is that people think that you're an indecisive bisexual. It's like, no. Let me set you straight. What the definition basically boils down to is regardless of gender. Regardless. So that means that I am happily free to fall in love with anybody here. If you're gay, if you're straight, if you're non-binary, trans, I don't care. It's the person, which in my mind is the ultimate in acceptance and loving. So I win. I win. I'm the most liberal. I'm the most open-minded. I win is what it boils down to. I think for a lot of people, all the weird sex madness does boil down to, I want to win. I want to be the best. I want to be the most open-minded. I want to have the most options. I want to be the most free man and the most liberated. And so that means eschewing terms like straight or gay. It means eschewing even terms like bisexual, because bisexual implies that there are two sexes, and you're not allowed to say that anymore. No, means eschewing terms like trans and cis. Cis is, as the late great Norm Macdonald said, cis is a term to marginalize normal people. Means you know what sex you are and you accept it. Means I'm totally open, man. But of course, there's a anthropological error. There are many, but one that is less often discussed here that he's talking about is, he says, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, if you're straight or gay, if you're trans or not trans, if you're this or that. I just care about the person. This is one of these really insidious errors of modernity. The notion that your true self has nothing to do with what you look like, where you come from, any of your attributes, or what you do, your habits, your virtues, your vices, your inclinations, your desires, and that's not really you. Those are all just accidents. Your sex, your race, your geography, your behavior, all of that's not, I want the real person, man. By denying the importance of all of those attributes, you have just erased the person. What else is a person? What makes up his personality? It's all those things and a whole host of other things. But what this project of liberation, specifically focused on the sexual revolution, always comes down to is a fundamental lie, a tragic deceit, which is in an effort to liberate the person, to liberate the individual by denying the importance of all these characteristics of the individual, you totally abolish the individual. When you dig down deep enough and you throw off all of the supposed detritus, you throw off all of the supposedly irrelevant facts about this person, you've just torn the person apart. There's no person left to love. And you don't win in that case. A new sexuality has dropped. Even since I had Wayne Brady explain to us pansexualism, there's now a new sexuality, a new identity group. That, of course, would be ecosexuality. Libs, take it away.
Hey everyone, my name's Georgia. I'm Knowles' in-house sex coach, and today I want to speak about ecosexuality. This is an umbrella term for people who treat nature as a central partner or something that they want to protect and celebrate rather than a resource that they want to exploit. How a person actually practices and expresses their ecosexuality is completely up to them, and often it will be quite unique. Whilst it's certainly not new, I'm hearing of more and more people interested in this identity or this expression. For some people, it might mean they feel erotically charged by having their feet on the ground and breathing, becoming aware of how their body feels to be present with the earth. Others, it may be actually touching, exploring food and nature, feeling the textures and sensations. For other people, it might mean having sex outdoors. And for others, it may actually mean that they're literally having sex with the earth. Lover Earth, not Mother Earth. Am I right? So, however you like to explore it, do some research, explore whether it's exciting for you, and smell a few flowers.
The tone of her voice does not match what she's saying. Though this is the perfect impression of NPR or PBS, where the libs say all sorts of egregious, ridiculous things, but they say them, in a really calm voice. We're going to arrest Donald Trump and all of his supporters. We're going to take away all of your property. We're going to skin you alive, and we're going to throw your balls of flesh, your just crumpled masses of humanity into a gulag until the dogs eat you. Please be sure to donate now and we'll send you a tote bag. That's kind of what this woman's doing. She's saying, yes, look, ecosexuality, it can mean you like nature. It can mean that you enjoy going for a walk in your garden. And it can mean that you feel a little special when you're out at the beach. And it could also mean that you copulate with the ground. Wait, huh? Like a mole hole or something like that, in the middle of your median or something. Yes, very, very weird and very gross. She does beat Wayne Brady, though, because Wayne Brady says, I'm a pansexual, and that means I can be attracted. I can love anyone here. And what this woman's saying is, oh yeah? Well, checkmate, sir. I'm an ecosexual, and I can love anything here. Not just, you're so closed-minded, Wayne Brady and pansexuals, you've limited your attraction to the set of people. But mine is so much bigger because I can love trees. What does this mean? When the woman started out her explanation, it sounded to me like she was just describing a normal thing, which is people like going to the beach, people like nature. Then it seemed to get into something a little more intense. What ecosexuality can mean is really one of two things. It can either be nature worship, actual pagan nature worship, like fetishism. The term fetish is used today, but fetish refers specifically to a pagan idol that you worship. And there's a connection between these things. We read about ancient paganism, and we think that, they were all, because we impose our own religious experience onto it, we think they were all kind of orderly and nice and just bowing down to a statue or something. No, they were having crazy orgies and killing people and getting extremely drunk and doing drugs and just, it's nuts, It was much more Woodstock than, going to some kind of a church on Sunday. So it could be that. It could be a really extreme form of nature worship, which pagan societies have done for all of history. Or, that would be disturbing enough because it would mean we're a post-Christian society. We're just reverting to paganism as apostates. But almost more depressing, I think what this ecosexuality thing might largely come down to is a conflation of all relations, all attractions, all desires into sex. And you see this all around today. People aren't allowed to have friends anymore. Especially men, if two men talk about anything other than football If two men have any kind of a deep friendship, it's called gay, either jokingly or seriously. And even if the guys like girls, the guys they don't like each other in that way, but they like each other. If women have too close a friendship, now it's just called lesbian. But obviously, we have loves and desires and attractions that are not sexual. At least we used to be able to do that. I certainly have that. I love my family. I love my Aunt Betty. I don't love her like that. I love my children. But I love my wife very differently than I love my children or the rest of my family. I love my friends. I love my friends very differently than I love my wife. I love nature. I like taking long walks on the beach too. I don't love the beach like I love my wife. What modern liberalism has done, though, is just bring everything down, not even to the level of the erotic, because erotic love can be ennobling and inspiring and lead us to the ultimate, the source and summit of all of our loves, who is God. I mean, that's what the Divine Comedy is all about. Dante loves this woman, Beatrice, not even his wife, and she leads him up to God. But it's even worse than that, because it's not even just erotic. It's just this kind of material, just like sex. You just do sex. You're just bumping uglies all the time. That's what all of our loves are. Our friendships, our professional relationships, our familial relationships, and including our romantic and erotic relationships. All just boils down to that, and no wonder people are now stupping the earth. Man, what a great clip that was. Now, hold up. Ring the bell. Subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.